Alrighty, you know what time it is. It's time to open Mox Pearl in this 4-on-4 Vintage Cube Draft. Can't complain about starting with a Mox, and passing Juju Bean here. Pretty bad pack. I'll love to see that. So, it's myself, Falcon Eye, Nathan Stoyer, and Alpha Frog, battling against Colin Roundtree, Sandy Dog, Raging Tilt Monster, and Juju Bean. So, this will be a good draft. Nice little 4-on-4. And once again, we're using Sam Rolf's cube with the special rule that if you 3-0, you get to add and remove a card. I have decided that if I 3-0 this draft, I'm going to be adding the card Horn of Greed. It's a 3-mana artifact that says whenever any player plays a land, they draw a card. And yeah, I think Horn of Greed is awesome. So, Raging Tilt Monster's passing. I'm passing to JJ. It's kind of a shame, because I really want to take Wheel of Fortune, but it's pretty hard to justify taking Wheel of Fortune over Solitude, especially after taking Mox Pearl. If I had Mox Ruby, that can tilt it the other direction, but Solitude is just a messed up card. It's so good. Wheel's good too. It's wheelie good, but I don't think I can pass a Solitude. I'll pass Scalding Tarn, Volcanic, Scrubland, Wheel, those 4, Spell Pierces 5, Palantir 6, probably Persistus 7, so maybe I'll get back Pylon or Mind Collapse. All right, well, it's okay. We can't always draft ridiculous combo decks, and Solitude is a fantastic card. Man, Dark Ritual is the best card in this pack. By a lot, actually. I have a really high opinion of Dark Ritual. What else could I take? The only white card's Restoration of a Ganja, which is 3 mana to go get a Plains out of your deck, and then you can discard a card to put a permanent into play that costs 2 or less, which basically just means it kind of ramps you a tap land if you want, and then it turns into a 3-4. It's fine, but Dark Ritual is really good. There's also JVP. It's a good card. Night's Whisper is fine. Abrade is good. Iteration's good. I think I just take the Dark Ritual here. I don't know. We'll see where we end up. I mean, I could also just take Imperial Seal now. There's also just Sir Ginger or Archangel Elspeth, but I don't know. There's Xander's Lounge, but that doesn't really go all that well with Solitude. There's Goryo's Vengeance. Return a legendary creature from your graveyard to play. Gives haste, remove it end of turn. I mean, that card is good. World Spine's good if you have Flash. I could just take Imperial Seal and lean into black-white. The fact that I take this Dark Ritual doesn't mean I have to take a black card here. The problem is, the only white card here is Archangel Elspeth. That card is not that good. And Sir Ginger is just mediocre too. There's also Gilded Drake, which is actually a pretty good card. It's 2 mana for a 3/3 flyer, but ETBs, you give them the Gilded Drake and take one of their creatures. Honestly, I might just take Xander's Lounge. It's a good card. I don't know. I don't really know where I'm heading here. Like, look at these packs. Like, I guess I could take Bone Shards here. I could easily end up in Reanimator of some kind. Dark Ritual's good in Reanimator. Xander's Lounge is good in Reanimator. There's Prismatic Ending. There's Sylvan Library. I could just take that. The 5th color. I have white. I have black. I have blue and red off Xander's Lounge. I could take Sylvan. Or I could take Spara's Headquarters. Spara's Headquarters. It kind of strands the Dark Ritual, but that's fine. It's not like I have to play Dark Ritual. I didn't really want to pass it, and if the packs broke such that I could play it, it is really good. I mean, it's close to Mana Vault level of card. That's just not a card you pass if you have a choice. Bone Shards or a Tri-Land? Bone Shards or a Tri-Land? Let's just go Tri-Land and kind of see where we're at. Oh, Fallen Shinobi's good. Wasteland's also good. I could also just be kind of a lands deck. Now there is a good white weenie card, Figure of Destiny, but I think I'm just going to take Wasteland here and kind of defer the decision. Might just take Fire Covenant now. I think Fire Covenant's busted. And to pass up on Nissa, Trinket Mage, all I have is Mox Pearl. I also don't have to play the Solitude. Like, I don't know. I'm going to take the Fire Covenant because I think that card is very good. And I'll continue just kind of seeing where I end up. Like, oh, interesting. That is a late Lurrus. There's also a Gristlebrand. So I could ditch the Solitude, take Lurrus, and I have a bunch of lands, Ritual and Fire Covenant. Those are all great with Lurrus. Haven't drafted a Lurrus deck in a while, and an 8th pick Lurrus is pretty good. There's also Gristlebrand, but you know what? I'll take the Lurrus here. And then now, I think I take Vindicate or Lingering Souls. I like those both better than Student of Warfare. I think I'd take Vindicate. It's close, but I have a little land destruction theme. If Sinkhole wheels, that would be sick. Black, black, destroy target land. This card's actually pretty good. Okay, so passed up on wheel for Solitude, but also now the other team doesn't have a Solitude. The card is really, really good. Luris, I'm going to ideally companion it, but it's possible that I'd end up not doing that. The fact that Lingering Souls, Vindicate, and Silent Clearing were all in this pack is great news. I like seeing that. Plus, once I open Black Lotus in pack 2, then the Luris is going to go perfectly into my deck. And I feel like I haven't seen a single blue card, so that's good to know and to figure out where I want to go. Also, it means JJ is getting completely cut on blue, and he does like drafting blue. Ooh, Scrubland wield. I do like that. So I guess someone took whatever they took over Scrubland. There's only one. I was only one card off of the ones that were going to get taken, but easy Scrubland. Oh, Sinkhole or Night's Whisper. That's actually interesting. I have Vindicate and Wasteland. Also, I have Luris as gas. I'm going to try taking Sinkhole here and see how that ends up. Oh, Gilded Drake Luris. Kind of nice, actually. And I don't think Grove of the Burn Willows is a big loss, or Elvish Reclaimer. Though Elvish Reclaimer could be good if I get a Strip Mine or something, but yeah, I like that. All right, and then I think a red-white land is going to be better than a blue-green land, even though I do like the sack lands a little bit. Oh, I do love Brain Maggot in these Luris decks. All right, so we got Luris standing guard over everything here. This is a last pick Godless Shrine. Great start for Luris. And no Black Lotus, but there is a Marsh Flats, which I really do like, and a Reprieve. As much as I like Marsh Flats, I actually don't think it's necessarily the pick here, because currently I'm just black-white, maybe playing Fire Covenant, and I have a red-white land, a black-red land, and 2 black-white lands already, plus a white-blue-green land, which is, this one's not currently that live, though I guess if I play Gilded Drake it is. My point is my mana's pretty good, and there's Reprieve and Duress, and I like both those cards a lot. There's also Thalia, which I would actually be really happy with in my land destruction deck, but I think I'm going to take Reprieve. Reprieve, I think, is a very strong card. And try to wheel. I don't think any of the cards I want will wheel, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so there's Currency Converter, which is nice with Luris. Just get a little value going here. There's also just taking Fracture Identity, because that card is really good. And one of the things the Luris decks sometimes lack is like the high impact spells. So I think I might just take Fracture Identity here. If I'm really lucky, Creeping Tar Pit will come back. But I don't think it will. It's okay. I'm happy enough just taking Fractured. Can't really justify taking Brain Freeze here. Very Mastermind is good. Turok is also really good and very good with the Dark Ritual. Turok does wheel a lot. Let's see. Let's say I took Fairy Mastermind, because I think I would take Fairy Mastermind over like City of Brass or Ancient Tomb here. So let's say I took Fairy Mastermind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I kind of feel like Turok's going to wheel. And I think Fairy Mastermind is just like perfect for this deck. So I'm going to do that. Well, Underground Seas is really hard to pass up too. There's also Fire, Ice, or Chain Lightning. But I think just taking a blue-black duel sounds like it's going to be perfect. I like Kulagon's Command too, but oh, Dark Confidant is so good in these decks. Yeah, we're taking Dark Confidant over like Talisman of Dominance or whatever. I guess the Thopter Foundry combo can be Lurist, which is nice. All right, Solitude's getting out of here. This deck's turning into too good of a Lurist deck for me to do that. And looks like I'm playing all the colors but green. I'm basically playing like Esper Splash Fire Covenant off of 2 lands so far. Yeah, I mean, I like it. I like the combination of, well, I guess actually this is better mana curve. Sinkhole, Vindicate, Wasteland, Reprieve. Like, we can get some good land destruction going. Oh, there's the Thopter combo. Lorien Revealed versus Council's Judgment versus Celestial Colonnade. Probably got to be Lorien Revealed, right? It gets blue-black, gets blue-white-green, gets red, it gets all the colors. I think that's pretty awesome. So let's just take that. There's a bunch of lands I wouldn't mind. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. There's 2 cards left in this pack. So Woe Strider's the bingo square, and probably one of the lands. Okay. Or maybe no one else is playing Well, from this direction, it feels like people are playing white. From the other direction, I got 2 black-white lands basically for free. So that was pretty nice. Ooh, Wrenn and 6. I do think Wrenn and 6 is good in these kinds of decks. But red-green in my Esper deck is going to be kind of tough. I could also just take Veil of Summer because it's great against me and a pretty sick sideboard card. There's also Stomping Ground, but it's just not that great. All right, let's just take the Veil. I don't feel like Natural Order is going to be that easy for Raging Tilt Monster to play. Oh, I do love Miscalculation. It's perfect for this deck. Over Steam Vents, yeah. Can't play Troll of Khazad-dûm. Can't actually play any of these other cards except Explosives or Swift Reconfig, but Miscalc's way better. Thalia did wheel. All right, even though I have kind of a lot of spells, I actually think Thalia's still going to be great in this deck. I'm blowing up their land. If I have to pay 3 mana for a Sinkhole, I will. And Thalia plus Disruption is really good. So I like this. This is a great start. And yeah, there's a chance I ditch the Fire Covenant. I have really good Esper lands. Like, all of these lands are just great for me. I feel good about Reprieve over Marsh Flats. Picking up that late Underground Sea also makes me feel like my mana is fairly well taken care of. Same with Lorien Revealed, so got some good fixing there. Having 3 duels plus 2 tri-lands and an Inspiring Vantage and a Lorien Revealed heading into a 3rd pack. And I think we might get 1 more land out of this pack anyway. I think there's a decent chance the pack that has Woe Strider plus 1 random card in it will have a random duel. It might be a green duel, which is not ideal, but, you know, this Veil of Summer's got to get cast somehow. Creeping Tar Pit Wield? You love it. Yeah, it's the only card I could play, and I don't really know enough about what the people around me are playing to, like, decide which card to hate. I guess Questing Beast is probably the best card, but we'll see. I guess I drafted with Raging Tilt Monster a few times now, and they've mostly ended up on, like, 3 to 4 color mid-range decks, which is pretty normal cube strategy. So what I'm trying to say is Questing Beast or the Opposition Agent could both be playable. Turok did wheel. Thought it would. I think it's better than Regrowth. Turok is amazing if you have the mana for it. I actually think this deck's going to. Do I take Damnation? Do I take one of the 2 green cards? Archon is really good, but I can't justify playing it. I'll just take the Damnation. I might side it in. Here, I think, I don't think Tilt Monster is going to play this Flicker Wisp. I think Tameo is the one that goes wrong the most. Oh, Terra Sunder is there instead of land. All right. Terra Sunder is probably not playable, but you never know. Okay. Ooh, a little Demonic Tutor. All right. I mean, I like Flooded Strand too, but again, feeling pretty good about my mana situation, and Demonic Tutor is a great card. It's not actually at its best in decks like this, but I can go get a Fire Covenant or a Fracture Identity if I really want to. So, plus I don't really want to pass a Demonic Tutor, so I'm going to take that and probably not wheel anything of note. Boom, what do we got? Me sad that I can't play Teferi or Rafine. This would be a great Rafine deck, but I can play Ponder or Sensei's Top, and Ponder looks a lot better here. I just don't have the mana to waste on Top. Top is good with Dark Confidant, but I think I'm just pondering here. And I don't think I should take Manifold Key and hope to get past Time Vault. That seems foolish to me. Ponder is a kind of unexciting second pick. I do hope to wheel Selfless Spirit, though. I think that would be pretty sweet. Still would take another land here, if one is to be had. Okay, so this pack has another land. It has Watery Grave or Concealed Courtyard, but it also has Path, and I think I've got a Path, which it's kind of unfortunate because it doesn't really work with Sinkhole and Wasteland all that well. Like, it's at cross purposes, but I don't think I'm going to wheel Watery Grave, but I think I'll almost assuredly wheel Concealed Courtyard if I want it, or Adonto Vanguard or whatever, and Path is just the best card there. Okay, I do love Adalthi Voidwalker. I would like to wheel Esper Sentinel or Mishra's Bauble, but I think the Voidwalker is super important. I could try to float the Voidwalker and take the Bauble, but I don't think the risk-reward is worth it. Look, I'm not above trying to wheel stuff. I successfully wheeled Turok, for example, but this pack is not such that I would want to risk that. Can't play V-Click or Archmage, any of the cards I would want to play. I could put Lion Sash in my deck, but I think I'm just going to take a Blue-White Talisman. Feels like Nothing wrong with a little talisman here. Okay, I just need a couple more playables and we're good to go here. And I feel pretty good about this setup. I guess one thing I'm missing is I would like one more piece of disruption, like a mana leak, or I guess duress is already gone. We're not going to get Thoughtseize at this point. But just another counter spell or discard spell would be nice. I feel like we're doing pretty good on removal, Path, Vindicate, Fire Covenant, Fracture Identity. So another counter wouldn't be bad, though. I think Thalia is going to carry a lot of weight against some of the decks in this cube. It's not often I'm the one Thaliaing people. So if you discount the Lurrus, we're at 28 cards. You had 12 lands. That brings us to 20 land plus a Mox. So we're looking to pick up 2 to 3 playables. Probably 3, because Lorien Revealed is also like an additional land. And I don't mind playing like 17 lands plus a Mox plus Lorien Revealed, especially when one of those lands is Wasteland, one of those lands is Tar Pit, 2 of the lands cycle. But I still would rather get a couple more spells. Oh, there's an Entomb. Badlands. Entomb is technically a combo with Lurrus, but I just don't really believe in doing that. I think I will take Luminarch Aspirant, though. That card is pretty good. Puts a lot of pressure on. Can't pump Turok, sadly. Maybe if Badlands wheels, I'll take it. And here, ooh, I do like Chart a Course. There's also Evolved Sleeper, which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Honestly, it might be. I might get a last pick Evolved Sleeper. It's like that or Phyrexian Dragon Engine. But I think I will take Chart a Course here. This deck's really good. The Mox is pretty important. This deck's curve kind of starts at 2. But that's okay. Even if I don't draw Mox, getting to go turn 2 like Reprieve or Miscalc into turn 3 play one of those things. Dark Witch out of turn 2 Turok, make you discard. We get one more new pick. What do we want? What's the best thing we could reasonably get at this point? Like a Snuff Out. I would be totally fine with that. I would also be fine with another counter of some kind, but we're not going to get a 2-mana counter. Maybe we'll get like a Memory Lapse. Yeah, I would love seeing a Memory Lapse here. Or another land. Wouldn't hate that. I might not main to Fire Covenant. No, I guess I have Xander's Lounge. I don't know. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's Fatal Push, there's Reckoner Bankbuster, and there's Blood Tithe Harvester. Blood Tithe is kind of a nice Lurrus combo. Bankbuster is okay, but I kind of feel like we just picked up a Chart a Course. We have a Lorien Revealed and a Ponder. Fairy Mastermind. Yeah, I'm just going to take Fatal Push. I'll just take the efficient card. Shocker. So right now we're at 17 lands plus Mox and Lorien Revealed. Yeah, I'm okay with that. If we don't pick up a single new card, that's where we'll be. Unfortunately, I can't put Virtue of Loyalty into my deck. I could play Yoshimaru Ever Faithful. So it gets a +1/+1 counter and you play a legendary permanent, which is Thalia, Lurrus, Turok, and I guess I should just hate a card here. What is Bean most likely to want to play? I don't know, Spell Queller. I can't really tell. Oh, Selfless Spirit Wield. I am interested in playing that card. And passing a bunch of good white cards there, which I think is fine. Selfless Spirit Lures is just a really nice combo. So maybe I take the Fire Covenant out, and then I don't play the Inspired Advantage. I'm still going to play Xander's Lounge because it's a blue-black land, much like Sparta's Headquarters is blue-white land. But I feel like I picked up Fatal Push. I've got some good removal. Oh, look, Concealed Courtyard did wheel, and I will take it. I don't need another 2-drop in Adonto Vanguard. Ooh, and Dark Slick Shores wheeled. Though, oh, this 1-drop is so good for this deck. I kind of feel like my mana situation's pretty good. I'm just going to take the 1-drop. It's kind of crazy, but I think that's good. And I'll take Lion Sash as a sideboard card. I actually need to cut a card now. Crazy. I'm just not going to play Razorverge Thicket, so I guess I'll just take Tabernacle. And Blooming Marshall's our last pick. All right. Well, I think this deck ended up excellent. Let's see how it plays out, but the deck's basically built, so let's just get to it. Alrighty, let's take a look at what my squad's working with. This, of course, is Alpha Frog. He's never beating the I only draft Rakdos mid-range allegations at this rate. He's got a Mox Jet, he's got an Oliphant, Duress, Vampiric Tutor, some reanimation stuff with Italian Gristlebrand, ooh, a Shieldred. And this card is the One Ring, the one that looks not like a Magic card, so that's cool too. But great deck from Frog. Nathan Stoyer's got Soul Ring, Manifold Key, Time Vault. Ooh, you love that. With Orcish Bowmasters and a bunch of good mid-range cards, Swords to Plowshares and Light and Tutor. All right, all right. And Falcon Eye, we've outpowered them a bit. He's got Time Walk in his deck, as well as Tinker for Blightsteel and Sphinx, an Emrakul channel deck too. All right, some cool stuff. I'm battling against Colin here, and I'm on the play. Got Luris, and oh yeah, we'll keep this hand. This hand is beautiful. Obviously, it's a little mana heavy, but companion decks don't really suffer from that quite as much because I can just go get Luris. And leading on turn 1 Esper Sentinel, turn 2 Brain Maggot, plus with a Wasteland in hand. Sounds pretty good. Dark Ritual also means if I draw something like a Turok, then we're in business. All right. Turn 1 Esper Sentinel on the play is pretty nice. I really don't want to see a mana dork, but happy enough seeing an island. Let's go Brain Maggot and see what we're working with over here. Plains, Volcanic, Rafine, Brazen Borrower, Cryptic, Magda. Oh, we're definitely just going to take Magda here. Take your 2-drop. And then hit, and we've got Wasteland coming up. So Magda's gone, and Brazen's double counted. All right, and Stowe's Steel Seraph somehow. All right, Plains. Pass the turn. And let's send. So I really don't want Colin to draw a black source for Rafine here. That would be my preference. Let's go Underground Sea and put Luris into hand. Pass the turn. You could Brazen Borrower here, but I draw a card off Esper Sentinel if that's the case, so I'm not feeling too bad about that. I guess it's a way to get Magda back if you really want. All right. I'll take it. Oh, there's Turok. Yes, yes, a good. All right, so Volcanic Magda. No, we're doing Seachrome Coast into Steel Seraph. All right. It's a 3/3. Okay. Xander's Lounge, huh? I could Dark Ritual Turok. I kind of like doing that. So if I Dark Ritual, go to 3 black, spend 1 for Talisman. All right. Yeah, let's do that. Talisman. And then cast Turok with Kicker. Hoping to hit a land. Hit Rafine and Cryptic. Okay, and Brazen Borrower's gone too. So I know about Magda Volcanic, and then I'm just going to Wasteland the Seachrome Coast here. Pass the turn. Can go Volcanic into Magda or have Brazen Borrower up. Happy either way. All right, just casting Brazen and attacking for 3/3 for 3 points of lifelink damage here. I just need to find a Fracture Identity or something. Oh, Luminarch Aspirant's not bad either. So let's go Brain Maggot. Clear out the last cards here. Teferi, Time Raveler, Urtai Resurrected, Magda. I guess I don't care much about Magda. Yeah, I'll take the Teferi, I think. Play Luminarch Aspirant. I think I just play the Xander's Lounge and then Luminarch up the Esper Sentinel and attack for 6. All right. I mean, this is going decently well, but I do want to find an answer to that Steel Seraph because it's hitting for a 6-point life swing every turn, which is making it a little hard to race. Okay. Let's go action. That's action. That is action. All right. Fractured Identity that. And we get, unfortunately, a 3/3 version. So this can't target Turok. That's funny. I guess I'll target the Esper Sentinel. And I think I'll actually also target the Esper Sentinel. Yeah. Put a +1/+1 counter. Give this lifelink. And boom. Easy game 1. This deck worked exactly as I was hoping, and I like that we're playing against a 4-color deck because that means our land destruction stuff will be pretty strong here. Do I want Lion Sash? I don't think so. Veil of Summer, no. I mean, Veil of Summer has some decent stuff there. Fire Covenant's interesting. Basically, do I want to play Fire Covenant off 3 sources? Because it'd be Inspiring Vantage, Xander's Lounge, and Lorien revealed getting Xander's Lounge. 3 just feels like one too little, one too few. All right, and then there's Damnation, which is not actually crazy to consider against a deck full of creatures there. Like, I wonder if that's better than Gilded Drake. I think so. The reason I'm wary of Gilded Drake is Colin had Teferi Time Raveler and Brazen Borrower, multiple ways to bounce back the creature that I steal. I don't really like that, so let's not have that happen. All right, we are on the draw here. Reveal my Lurrus again. All right, I will keep this hand. A little bit slow. That's why this deck really wanted like a Snuff Out or something, but let's go Creeping Tar Pit and pass. It taps for the same colors as Xander's Lounge effectively. Oh, Bankbuster I don't mind so much. Oh. I mean, I'm just going to go for it. Ritual Turok is pretty nice. That's like a pretty nice little combo. Get Remand and Brazen Borrower. Oh, you were going to leave Remand up and have Bankbuster up? I like it. Okay, I got your mountain. Don't Chain Lightning me. Nice. Let's lead on Brain Maggot here. Comet, Stellar Pup, Phyrexian Metamorph, Steel Seraph. Huh. Metamorph, you could copy Brain Maggot, I guess. I kind of don't care about that. I think I'd take Comet, even though Thalia is going to make Comet a little worse. It kind of feels like one of the ways I could lose this game is to have Comet hit the board next turn. I think that would be kind of bad for me. And then the turn after, I'm going to get to go Thalia plus, Lelia. So you just drew that. So don't hit land, don't hit land, don't hit land. Island. All right. Lelia's pretty annoying. I guess there's not much I can do about that, though. Play Thalia. Play Dauthi Voidwalker. And hit for 5 here. I mean, I'm still doing pretty well. Lelia was just a really good draw. Metamorph's not doing tons here, and all the white cards, of course, aren't doing tons. So you have Winds of Abandon, Steel Seraph, Phyrexian Metamorph. You could Metamorph my Brain Maggot. I don't care about that, though. You could Metamorph Dauthi Voidwalker, I guess. Sure. And then you're not attacking, I suppose. Sinkhole, nice. You're at 11. This attacks and trades with Lelia, which I guess is fine. Then the Voidwalker can block my Voidwalker, which I guess I'm also fine with. Because I actually don't think Sinkhole is the play here. I think it's attack with Tar Pit. What happens if I attack with just Turok? These two trade. Oh no, you animate the Bankbuster to trade. I don't even really like that very much. Do I want to trade with Voidwalker? Yeah, I think that's probably okay. Let's go Creeping Tar Pit. And attack with these two. I think just send those in. You're going to block the Voidwalker. I believe they both get exiled. And pass the turn. I'm almost to the point where I can get Lurrus back. I want to see not white lands here. Glen Elendra. Oh, that's pretty annoying. All right, I guess I'm just going to try to Creeping Tar Pit my way to victory. I can't, unfortunately, cast Sinkhole alongside this. So what are my options? I could attack with Turok, and then I could just cast Lurrus. Turok trades for Bankbuster or Lelia. You're 8. I could also send with Tar Pit, and then probably not attack with Turok. You go to 5. None of the cards you have in play deal with creeping Tar Pit. Next turn, the Metamorph's gone. You can, I guess the issue is if you get to 6 mana, you can play Steel Seraph, but I've got Sinkhole for that. So I think I just do this again. And I don't think I offer the trade. Pass. I really just honestly not white mana. Okay, we're drawing off Bankbuster. That's a good sign. If you miss, you might want to attack with Lelia. All right, no land play. Thalia punishing me too, unfortunately. I don't think I want to attack with everything, but I do think I want to animate the Tar Pit and send. And I think I will offer the Turok trade now. Because Turok for Lelia, like Lelia can just attack and draw a card, so I really don't want that to happen. Oh, we have Bolt for the Tar Pit? That would be really unfortunate. But I guess I can't do much. Oh, and we're done. All right. Nice little 1-0 here. We'll take it. And I really like this Luris deck. I think it's a sweet one. Alrighty. Welcome to round 2. I would like to play first. And I would like to companion Luris. I'm in. Keep this hand. This hand is just turn 1 Dark Confidant on the play. Turn 2 Thalia. Sandy's playing Boros, but slightly bigger Boros. He mind-slavered Falcon Eye last round. I didn't even really know how that happened, but I think it was thanks to Zerda and Emery. Oh, Sandy's more like red-blue. Okay. I saw Zerda and I thought Boros. But yes, we do waste a mana by using turn 1 Ritual Bob, but it's actually even because either I can have a 1/2 drop in play on turn 1 or 2 in play on turn 2, so it's better just to play the Bob on turn 1 and start drawing cards immediately. And it's also worth noting that turn 1 Bob, or if I just didn't play a Dark Ritual on turn 1, I'd be wasting my first mana anyway. It's not like I have a 1-drop to play. That could change things. But I'm happy to fire this off. Oh, does Sandy have Force of Negation? Or just hasn't, gotten there and ready to battle yet. We'll see. Honestly, I don't mind if this gets Force of Negated. Because getting my Bob Force of Will, that would be annoying. Because that would burn, it would be a 2 for 2 and it'd burn my turn 1. But Force of Negation, the Dark Ritual, is a 2 for 1 in my favor, and I'll just play these cards on turn 2 instead. So what it kind of feels like happening is Sandy's asking Colin, maybe like, should I Force of Negation this? But anyways, here's Bob. I just needed the Pearl so I can go turn 1 Bob Thalia. Let's see what Sandy has for me here. Library. Okay, we'll have that kind of battle. Sure. Oh, we're drawing now. I don't like that. That usually means they either have a Mox or have waited, or they want to discard a card. Like, is Sandy going to discard a Triplicate Titan or something? Oh, Mindslaver. All right, the very same. Let's just keep playing a black source. Cast Thalia. Bob Thalia is a nice little lock here. Now I just want to draw Wasteland, Sinkhole, and Vindicate. A real Death and Taxes vibe. Or Dead Guy Ale, actually, is what people used to call this deck. Okay, now I expect Sandy just to pass. Oh, wow, we're still library. Huh. Are we digging for a Mox? Do we have one now? No, we're discarding. I can't imagine you want 2 big artifacts in your graveyard. No? All right. All right. Land destruction? No? What did we reveal? Hold on. I missed it. I revealed miscalc. That's what I was afraid of. It's okay. I think I'm still just going to brain maggot here. Oh, that's what Sandy's doing. He's trying to draw to Fury. I'm so glad I played brain maggot. All right, I'm taking Fury and leaving a bunch of nonsense in hand. Bash. So Sandy's hand minus the Fury here. Wow, it's a bunch of cards that do nothing. So it makes total sense why Sandy was using library main phase so much and discarding, just looking for a red card to pitch to Fury. Brain Maggot was clutch there. And now you can go Mountain Rona, I guess is probably the best player from the cards I've seen. Mountain Mox Rona, even better. Okay. Flip. Sinkhole. Nice. Thalia getting me a little here. I think what I'm just going to do, though, is just go Turok. And I don't unfortunately get to attack this turn. The Rona is actually stopping me here. My whole attack's got the Rona. And I got an Ichor Wellspring and a Ketria Triumph, sure. Okay. The good thing is Turok grows thanks to Scrapwork, Mutt, or Rona. Turok is just a really important card for these Lurrus decks if your mana can support it, because it actually just does a lot of damage and grows pretty large, as well as being fairly disruptive. Is this just, are we just casting Basalt Monolith for the full price? Trying to build up to something greater? I'm probably gonna, oh, Ancient Tomb. Okay. Scrapwork Mutt. All right. Discard Shelldock Isle, grow Turok, and then play Basalt Monolith, I guess, is probably the play. And you have one card in hand. I'm curious what that is. All right. I wouldn't mind hitting a land at some point here. Plains, Path to Exile. Oh, wow. So I could Path the Rona, attack with everything except probably Brain Maggot. I don't want to give Fury back. Scrapwork Mutt blocks Bob. Sandy takes 7 down to 5. And then I can leave up Miscalculation, or I can just play Selfless Spirit. Unfortunately, Thalia is taxing me such that I can't make 3 plays this turn, but that's okay. I think leaving up Miscalculation is just better than Sinkhole. Path gives Sandy so much mana, which is why I'm a little leery of using Miscalculation, and instead kind of think I just want to leave up Selfless Spirit. What is your last card? What are we worried about? Duretti bring back Mindslaver. Could do that, technically. And the other question is, do I attack with Dark Confidant? Maybe I just don't. I could also not Path the Rona. I'm not attacking for that much more damage. I could just attack with Turok and play like a Dothi Voidwalker. I kind of like that. So if I'm going to do that, I think I should cast Dothi Voidwalker first. Because that way, if Sandy wants to use Rona, he has to do that now. He's not going to do it, of course. And I attack with Turok and pass the turn, leaving up Miscalculation and Path to Exile. I feel like that's fine. Okay. Because this also prevents me, he's discarded Island, which still grows Turok even with Dothi Voidwalker in play. This also prevents me losing to Zerda. Well, kind of. Sandy has enough mana that he can play Zerda and get infinite mana off Basalt Monolith, even if I have even through a Path, even in response to Path. But now, I think the combination of Miscalc and Path is pretty good to have here. Like whichever one of those I need more. And then next turn, the Voidwalker puts you to 4, which means you have to block Turok and you have to block one of my 2 power creatures, and you go to 1. And I have the Path, of course, still. So I think that will do a decent job of clearing something out of the way. All right, we're looting with Rona. Turok is growing once again, though I don't think this matters too much. Though I guess we're out of Fury range. We already were. So it means that Fury is less of an issue, which is nice. All right, that'll do it. Oof, got game 1. Probably not a ton of sideboard stuff. I do think I want Lion Sash in this matchup. And probably don't want Gilded Drake again. Don't think I want Damnation. Veil of Summer. Terra Sunder would be nice, but I just don't think stretching the mana is worth it. So, all right, ready to fire off. So Sandy is playing a combo-y blue-red artifact deck. So my best cards, Thalia is going to be really good against him. Dothy Voidwalker actually seems pretty strong because he's got a lot of like discarding Mindslaver type stuff going on. And then the land destruction could be decent depending on the draws. So we'll see how this plays out, but happy to keep Lurising here. This isn't even the best Luris matchup. Like, I think it's better still to have Luris than Solitude and Spellqueller in my deck. Those would be like the two cards I would have played if not for Luris. But Sandy's deck is kind of on the border of would I actually want to companion Luris, and it's not super necessary, but if he like Furies me or something, I think it's probably worth it. I haven't really gotten to like Sinkhole someone out. I did Wasteland Call-in and it was pretty good, but the whole like Wasteland Sinkhole Vindicate draw hasn't happened. I have cast a lot of Turoks though. Turok is just great. I knew I was going to wheel it, or at least I thought I was very likely to wheel it, and it's just exactly what this deck was looking for. 2 mana play that's actually a powerful 4 mana play. Great with Dark Ritual. Good at getting you some actual stats. One of the problems Luris decks have sometimes is that all their creatures are tiny, right? They're all 2 mana creatures. But Turok was 6/5 last game. Lion Sash can actually grow kind of nicely too, so that's nice. Mana's good with my deck. I haven't run into that as an issue really. I guess having 3 black-white lands, 2 blue-black lands, and a blue-white land. No, 3 blue-black lands. Yeah, no, this deck's mana is pretty good. Lorien Revealed on top of that. My curve of 5 1-drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 2-drops, and then a 3-drop and 2 5-drops, one of which is actually really a 1-mana card. All right, game 2. Still holding out for the turn 1 Dark Ritual, Mox Pearl, Dark Confidant, Thalia, but we'll have to see. No, but I can't really mulligan this hand. Turn 2 Brain Maggot, turn 3 Talisman into Selfless Spirit with Path Up seems totally fine. Selfless Spirit Luris is a nice little combo too. Also Selfless Spirit Brain Maggot. Selfless Spirit gets to kind of jump in the way of anything that would stop the Brain Maggot from doing its disgusting work. As always, my best draw would be Mox Pearl. That's a good one. Esper Sentinel would be really nice too. I would actually gladly play an Esper Sentinel this game on turn 1. Sandy's on 6 cards. A little deep in the tank here. I can't imagine it's a library draw. Oh, it's maybe which tap land to play. All right, Shelldock Isle. This deck's pretty good against Shelldock. I have a bunch of ways to blow it up, which is nice. Sometimes your opponent plays a Shelldock and it's just like, ugh. Ooh, I will be casting Lorien Revealed this game, I believe. I don't really need my 5th land here. And I even have a Talisman, so... Okay, turn 2 Rona. Yeah, Rona's good. Let's go Brain Maggot. Show me what you are working with. Emery and Talisman. I guess I'll take the Emery. Talisman with 2 more lands doesn't seem like it's doing too much. Emery would be something I'd have to deal with sooner rather than later. I'd rather punt that off because the longer I wait to cast Path, the better Path gets. Pathing Arona, for example, would be kind of a disaster because it would accelerate Sandy on a turn where he would otherwise, be on 3 mana and I was on 4. Wow, he discarded Commit Memory. Huh. Must have drawn another spell or maybe a Basalt Monolith. Zerda. Interesting. Don't love seeing that. Let's see. If I had another black, I guess maybe... No. Lorien Revealed still going to be tapped, so let's just go... Definitely playing Talisman. Do I want to play Path? I think I'm just going to play Selfless Spirit. Look, for Sandy to kill me with Zerda here, he would have had to have drawn Zerda plus Basalt Monolith plus a way to use it in like just a couple draw steps. So far he's seen 2 cards from draw steps, 2 cards from now, 3 cards from now, so 5 cards, but would have to draw 3 pieces in 5 cards. It's kind of a lot. I guess memory actually counts as 1, because if he goes land, Basalt Monolith, make infinite mana with Zirda, play the Talisman, use that mana to flashback memory, draw 7 new cards with only colorless mana, but that's still pretty good. All right. I'm probably going to want to kill Zirda soon here. Let's see what we draw. Oh, Dark Confidant. All right, now that actually changes my plays quite a bit. So let's just do Lorien Revealed, get Xander's Lounge. Oh, I have Underground Sea too. I actually kind of forgot about that. It's okay. I'm still going to get Xander's Lounge because my plan here is to play this, play Dark Confidant, and then hit for 2 and pass the turn. Right now, Zirda's not doing anything, so I'm just going to wait. And if Sandy goes for like the Basalt Monolith play, then in response, I can path the Zirda. And I think that's going to be pretty good. Basalt Monolith here would be good from Sandy's perspective, right? Getting to draw 7 cards with infinite mana floating is usually going to be enough to win the game. So I'm kind of hoping to bait Sandy into that. The other thing he might do, which I really wouldn't mind, just play land number 6 and flashback memory, just basically Time Twister. In response, I'll path the Zirda. Oh, wow, we discarded Jace. So what are we doing? Into Narset? Okay. Are we trying to set up Narset memory? That's cool and all, but it's going to be hard for Narset to survive here. We got a Teferi Temporal Pilgrim. That's the blue 5 mana Teferi. Okay, end of turn, I am going to path the Zirda, because that card is definitely the most dangerous card in play right now. And then I am going to attack. I do want to kill the Narset here. Let's see if I can get something off Bob. Thalia. Oh, Luminar Castmer. Perfect. Perfect. Let's go Thalia to mess with your plays. I have double white, right? Yep. Maybe I actually should have played Turok there. I got excited by the Thalia, but I actually think the play was Turok into Luminarch instead. But I also kind of don't care if you cast Teferi, so I'm going to attack Narset for 3 here. And I'm assuming you don't have an answer. And I'll just pass. No, I should have cast Turok. Like, I mean, look, Thalia is actually going to be pretty good here, but I think making you Sandy discard Teferi plus the last card could have been better. Though I guess part of the issue with Turok is then Sandy just flashes back memory, and it's not like Turok was fantastic. Thalia, I think, does cut off some amount of his like really good plays that involve playing a lot of spells in the same turn. Also, now that the Selfless Spirit's done its job and taken out Narset, I can sack it to protect my whole team in the event of a Fury or something. Yeah, all right. I actually don't mind the way this played out. Having a Thalia in play seems pretty good. I think either way, Sandy's in a lot of trouble. I suppose Turok might have been better. I don't know. Mox, and then are we just going to cast a draw 7? I thought about playing Turok in case Sandy does cast memory, but I feel like if Sandy casts memory into this board, me getting the first crack at things, I'm probably going to win either way. So I kind of want to optimize for that not happening. Him casting Mindslaver would be kind of annoying. But I also have, like, I could draw Vindicate. Currently, he could Shelldock here, which is another reason to actually go with Thalia, because now Sandy's going to activate the Shelldock by drawing with Rona here. And let's see what Shelldock brings to us. Fury is not that big of a deal. Obviously, it's still pretty good. There's the Basalt Monolith, funny. It just trades for Selfless Spirit, but does leave a big thing in play. Yeah, there's Fury. All right. Yeah, do your thing. And I guess the way I'm going to attack through Fury is I'm going to give Thalia a +1/+1 counter and attack there. All right, let's see what Bob flips for me first. Any fracture identities? No. Esper Sentinel, huh? Sandy's on 1 card. Let's go Turok with Kicker. Oh, discard Time Spiral, nice. Put a counter on Thalia. Attack for 3 here. And, all right, trade off Thalia, that's fine. And I'm going to play Esper Sentinel. So here the reason I'm not bringing back Luris is if I just bring back Luris and say go, and Sandy's, you know, got a decent chance of casting Memory this turn, the Luris gets shuffled away. I think I'd rather just wait. He's going to let me draw here, I think, because he's about to draw 7. Though it would be really funny if I drew Reprieve off. I think Sandy's play was right, because you don't care about me drawing a card if you're about to cast a draw 7, but it's so insane the card I drew. I would be on such tea if I was Sandy. Sandy's done me dirty enough times that I don't mind evening the score here, but oh, that was insane. You're at 17. You have no cards in hand. Let's go Luris. Cast Luris. Cast Selfless Spirit, I think is the safest here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you can't even you can't even play and activate Mindslaver here. Okay, and then Luminarch Aspirant is going to pump Bob. So I can hit with these 2. Reprieve off of the Esper Sentinel draw was just disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. All right. Rona, yeah. What do you got here? There's not much you can cast here. You're going to cycle, yeah. And scoop them up, Buttercup. Not a whole lot of outs in this situation. And that'll be a nice little 2-0. Perfect start. Let's get to round 3. All right, time for round 3. I'd like to play first. I'd like to companion Luris, and I'd like to, yeah, keep this hand. This hand's 2-drop central. That's just my deck, though. I'm just going to lead on Concealed Courtyard and say go. I am going to cycle the Lorien Revealed. Not sure what I want to get with it yet. Playing against red aggro with Mana Crypt. Ooh, don't like that. Don't play Mana Crypt, please. Zergo Bellstriker. All right. Mox Sapphire. Okay. I'm just going to Fatal Push the Zergo. Land. And I think I do play the Luminarch to just start building counters here. I can't really just leave Miscalc up. The problem with doing that is if I leave Miscalc up and then play a Luminarch a turn or 2 later, it's just so much weaker. I got to just play this and kind of hope that it doesn't immediately die. And if it does, it does. That's what Luris is for. But this isn't a control deck that's building up to a good play. Yeah, Rabble Master. All right. That's fine. This turn I will leave up the Luminarch because there's a Rabble Master here. I want to keep going here. And we know that Jujubin has Flame Tongue Kavu, so I'm hoping that I get to miscalculate a Flame Tongue Kavu. At this point, though, by the way, I'm no longer interested in land cycling Lorien Revealed or trading for the Rabble Master. I think I'd rather just kill the Goblin token because next turn I'll be a 4/4. And I'm going to miscalculate this, whatever this is. So yeah, I can't let Sulfuric Vortex happen on a turn where I'm not spending my mana anyway. Dark Ritual. That's so funny. I mean, I could Dark Ritual and Lorien Revealed. The problem is I think playing Selfless Spirit is better. And I think I'm going to put the counter on this again. Just going to pass. It's a weirdly inefficient turn, and I think you know me that I am obsessed with efficiency, but I just don't see. If I knew I was drawing Mox Pearl, I would make the other play. I don't like wasting 2 mana, but I just don't think it makes sense to Ritual Lorien Revealed. I really want Selfless Spirit in play in case this Luminarch is threatened, because that's going to be such a big part of my game plan here. And then maybe I'll Ritual and get the Lurrus at some point too. I'm not sure. I guess my default play next turn is Ritual Lorien Revealed, but I'll have to see what I draw first. I would be annoyed if I did draw Mox Pearl, but I wouldn't. I'd be happy if I drew Mox Pearl. I would play it and cast Lorien Revealed. That would be great. But we'll see what ends up happening here. And note, Juju didn't play land, so he's on 3 land, and the Mox is a land here, which means he's in prime position to get Wastelanded if I draw Wasteland in Sinkhole. All right, is this Flame Tongue Kavu? Is that who's coming to party here? Kind of feels like it is, but we will see. I mean, the Luminarch's about to get big enough that most burn spells can't take it out. It's actually already there. So if you want a Flame Tongue, you got to do it now. Walking Ballista for 2. Oh, that's actually more annoying because it takes out the Selfless Spirit as well. I guess I will sack it. All right, let's block here. Draw. Huh. Demonic Tutor. I kind of don't want a Demonic Tutor here. Like, what am I even Demonic Tutoring for that is that great? Let's just draw some cards, I think. I mean, I don't have like an Umbazawa's Jite. I guess I could Turok. But it loses. But the problem is the Turok dies to Walking Ballista, which is kind of annoying. But I guess it takes out the Walking Ballista. All right, yeah, let's do that. That's just going to be a stronger play, I think. All right. And that'll do it. We actually crushed them so hard in this draft. So this counts as a 3-0. I get to add my Horn of Greed. I'm about to be up a game here. And I want to take a look. Because Nate Stoyer 2-0'd, I 2-0'd, Frog 2-0'd, and Falcon and I went 1-2, managed to actually play 3 rounds. So that's a 7-2 win. And this is just like a perfect Lurrus deck. It's got a Mox, which is great. The Dark Ritual was fantastic. There's a reason I took that card so highly. And then Luminarch's great in the deck. Selfless Spirit's great. Turok really just overperformed. Whenever you get to put Dothi Voidwalker in your deck, it's great. It just costs double black, so it's kind of hard. It had a Path. It had a Vindicate. It had a Fractured Identity, some good spells. Had Brain Maggot, Miscalculation, and Wasteland and Sinkhole, and Vindicate as like Disruption, Reprieve as well. So felt like my bases were pretty covered here. Never really got to get Gilded Drake or Fairy Mastermind going, but Thali was great in this deck despite having 14 spells in the deck. Is okay. So this deck worked out really nicely, and you love to see it. I love drafting Lurrus decks, and it worked out really well. 8th pick Lurrus, where we had to abandon Solitude, but everything else, it went very smoothly. Sinkhole's been a nice new addition as well. All right, this is a Horn of Greed in, and I'll figure out something to take out that I don't like. All right, that'll do it for today. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you watching me craft a nice little Lurrus deck and cruise undefeated while doing so. That'll do it. I will see you tomorrow for another draft. Be there, or you might miss out on something maybe as good as this Lurrus deck. We'll see. It's always a new draft to discover every day. I'll see you next time.